Hey loves, day 14 of my 30-day video challenge, and I just wanted to share with you today a little bit about me. Um, I grew up in this small town in Pennsylvania called Cokeburg. It was a little coal mining town that my dad grew up in. All his family lived there, and I grew up on a street called Lincoln Street, Upper Lincoln to be exact, aka Juvenile Street, because that's where all of the kids hung out at. And I loved growing up on Lincoln Street and in Cokeburg. I have so many friends still today that I grew up with in Cokeburg, and I couldn't have asked for a better bunch of friends. We just had fun. We played in the summer, in the winter, in the fall, the spring. We were like siblings that lived in different houses. I mean, my friends that lived on the same street as me, we saw each other every day. In the summer, I either lived at their house or they lived at my house. It was like I had so many moms growing up. Um, it was great. And then on my street was my grandmother, my dad's mom, lived at the corner. So every day I saw her, every day. I didn't matter, rain, snow, wind. I was like a mailman. I had to go see my grandma Kennedy. I just, I loved her. She introduced me to the Pirates, and she took me to my first pirate game when I was 4 years old. We would sit in her kitchen listening to the pirate game on the radio in the dark, and she would always have her bag of Wise potato chips, her candy bar, her Hershey bar, and a can of Diet Pepsi. Which I never really understood because she was a diabetic, but she passed away in 82 when I was 13. I miss her. I love her. My aunt and uncle still lives in her house, so, it's, I go to visit them, but it's just weird walking into grandma's house and her not being there, because I spent a lot of my childhood in that house, especially on the weekends, and um, but it was a good time. And then on down the road on Lower Lincoln was my dad's brother, and I was very blessed to grow up very close to my family and to have the friends in this town that I had. And one of the other really, really great unique things about Cokeburg was, and it wasn't when I was born, it was before, when it was, actually a coal mining town, the coal mine was up and running, was each street was an ethnic, like the Italians, the Germans, the Irish, they all had like their own row. They weren't streets, they were rows: A row, B row, C row, D row. And but growing up, you know, in such a small town, you get to know these people, and I was so blessed because my neighbor that lived in the other half of my parents' house, she was Slovak. She taught me how to do, bake different things and cook. The one thing I always wanted was her pierogi recipe, and she gave it to nobody, not even her daughter-in-law. When she passed, it went with her. And then the other ladies, there was this little lady, Nina. I just adore her. I believe she'll be 100 years old this year. And she taught me how to make spaghetti sauce with real tomatoes from the garden. And so, I mean, it was just such a great little town I grew up in. Such diversity with the ethnic backgrounds and learning different things. All of my neighbors, I think in Cokeburg, there wasn't a household that you didn't hear polka music in. And still love my polkas to this day, and going to polka dances, and um, it's a good time. Some of you are probably like, what's polka? But come to Southwest Pennsylvania and check it out. It's a good time. But so that's just a little bit of my life, of where I grew up and the people that have helped influence me to be the person that I am today. So I hope you enjoyed, and y'all have a good rest of the night. I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye.